Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back with another review. This review is for Love and Hip Hop Miami Season 5, Episode 4. So if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. So much went down in this episode, so let's just get right into this review. Vonshae and Gunplay are dealing with a lot of drama in their lives right now, and it's stemming from the DJ Envy situation because ever since DJ Envy mentioned their daughter's GoFundMe on his platform, people have been coming for Vonshae and Gunplay in their comment sections on social media. People feel like Vonshae and Gunplay are scamming them because the reason why they set up the GoFundMe for their daughter was to help pay for her medical bills, and people have been seeing them posting on social media jewelry, cars, and all these luxury items. So now people feel like they're scamming them out of their money, and so people were in their comment section saying that they wanted their money back. Gunplay was so pissed off at people calling him and Vonshae scammers and saying that they wanted a refund, so he ended up going on to a podcast and he started cussing out the people who donated and are saying that they want a refund. Now, I can understand why he would be upset about that because they had clearly said that they needed the money in order to pay for their daughter's medical bills, but at the same time, going on a platform and cussing the people out who donated is wrong. Even if they did say they wanted a refund, I don't think that he publicly should have lashed out the way that he did. Now, Gunplay did say that DJ Envy apologized to him, but he didn't like that the apology was private instead of public because the drama between the two of them was public. So Gunplay ends up recording DJ Envy without his knowledge, and he ends up putting the recording out there, and all the blogs ended up picking it up. The thing about it is that you're not supposed to record somebody without their knowledge, and that's exactly what Gunplay did. So he's handling this whole situation wrong. I'm not saying he doesn't have a reason to be upset with DJ Envy, and I'm not saying he doesn't have a reason to be mad at people calling him and his wife a scammer, but at the end of the day, the way that he's handling this situation is all wrong. Flo ends up sitting down to have a conversation with her girlfriend Claudia to tell her everything that went down at Magic Mondays. Now, she ended up showing up to the Magic Monday event, and Joy and Marlon are the ones who were hosting it, and obviously Marlon is Flo's ex-husband, well, soon to be ex-husband. They haven't gotten a divorce yet, and Marlon and Joy have been flirting with each other a lot, and they seem to be interested in each other. And when Flo ended up going to the Magic Monday event, she saw Marlon hand flowers to Joy, and that really pissed her off, so she went up to him and she poured a drink on him. She snatched the flowers out of Joy's hand and she tossed them, and then she ended up leaving the event abruptly. Now, Claudia felt some type of way about Flo reacting the way that she reacted to Marlon giving Joy flowers, because she feels like if, Flo and Marlon are supposed to be getting a divorce and she's over him, why would she react that way? Now, Flo did tell Claudia that she's over Marlon and she doesn't understand why she reacted the way that she reacted to him giving Joy flowers. I don't know if she's actually over him because they're still not divorced yet. Maybe she still has some feelings there, and I wouldn't be surprised if she did. But she probably reacted that way because she thought that it was unacceptable for him to give flowers to another woman while they're still married, and she's sitting right there watching it happen. So maybe that's why she reacted the way she did. Now, Flo is more so worried about Trina because Trina was at the Magic Monday event when she went off on Marlon, and now they have their single release party coming out, and Trina is on the song with her, so Trina's supposed to be at the single release party, and she's feeling like because of the drama between her and Marlon, Trina may not show up, or Trina may not want to work with her anymore, and so that's what she's worried about. Now, Claudia is more so worried about them coming out together because Claudia really wants to go public with Flo, even though Flo doesn't want to do that yet. She says that she doesn't want Marlon to know her personal life, and then she's nervous about how her Haitian fans and how her mom is going to react to her dating a woman. So she just wants to take things slow, and she really doesn't want to come out at the single release party. But Claudia is insisting on going with Flo, and Flo does tell Claudia that she can come, but she doesn't want her to come as her girlfriend. She doesn't want them to be kissing and holding hands. She just wants them to look like they're friends. Now, I can completely understand why Claudia doesn't want to be hidden. She doesn't want to feel like a dirty little secret, and that Flo is not proud to be in a relationship with her. But at the end of the day, she needs to let Flo do things at her own time. And if she feels like, Flo is trying to keep her a secret, then why would you be with somebody who's never been with a woman before, A, and B, somebody who's not already out? Why not be with somebody who's already out so that you don't have to feel like you're being hidden? But I do feel like Flo shouldn't lead Claudia on, because to me, it doesn't really seem like Flo is that interested in Claudia. No, I could be wrong, but that's just what I'm feeling from these last two episodes. Safaree is saying that he's dealing with a lot of backlash because he gifted Amara's 2 twin daughters Rolex watches, and after Erica ended up posting on social media that Safaree didn't get their kids anything for their birthdays, people have been coming for him and Amara in the comment sections, and it has really been getting to Amara. She's really bothered by it. So Safaree says that him and Amara are going to go see a pastor so that they can talk about their relationship. Now, when Amara and Safaree end up having a conversation with the pastor, he asks them what's the issue in their relationship, and Amara says that the comments that people are saying about them that are negative is really getting to her because people really don't want them to be in a relationship together, and she's also been facing a lot of backlash after Safaree gifted her 2 twin daughters Rolex watches, so that's what she has an issue with. But Safaree wants her to live in the moment. He doesn't want her to care about what other people are saying, but honestly, I feel like Safaree didn't really want to be with Amara anyway, because when you watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, he's telling everybody that he's single and him and Amara are just having fun with each other, and then he says that him and Erica are still sleeping together, so he wasn't really taking Amara serious anyway. I feel like Amara was taking it a little bit more serious than he was. And then on top of that, Amara went on social media this week and she said that her and Safaree were never really in a relationship. It was just for the show, but I'm not really buying it. I do feel like her and Safaree were sleeping with each other and dealing with each other, and I feel like they probably did overplay it for the cameras a bit, but I do feel like they were messing around, and maybe she's just embarrassed at the fact that she gave Safaree the time of day, and now things probably didn't work out between the two of them, so now she's trying to clean it up a bit. But I do feel like she shouldn't be in a relationship with him, because at the end of the day, Safaree just wants to play games. He's not trying to be serious with anybody. Now, when the pastor ends up bringing up the idea of Amara and Safaree having children together in the future, that's when Amara tells the pastor that she wants to have a conversation with Safaree privately, because obviously in the previous episode, Safaree told Shay and her fiance that he wants to get a vasectomy, and then Shay ended up going back and telling Amara about the situation, and clearly Amara was upset about it, but she tried to play it cool in front of Shay because she doesn't like Shay in her business. But Amara does end up telling Safaree that she has an issue with him telling other people that he wanted to get a vasectomy before telling her about it. She just feels like it's not a good look. She lets Safaree know that she does want to have more children in the future, and that if he doesn't want to have any more children, that's something that he should have told her. But they're not even serious in the relationship together, so I don't really feel like he had to tell her about it, because honestly, would Amara really want to have children with Safaree? I mean, look at all the drama that him and Erica have with one another, and they have 2 children together. Would you really want to be his second baby mama and deal with that same drama? I'm not saying Erica is innocent, but Erica and Safaree are being extremely toxic with one another, and I don't understand why Amara would even, entertain the idea of being involved in that type of situation. Bobby ends up going to support Zoe while she's in the studio recording, because he feels bad for the way that Trina acted towards her at the Cypher event, which Trina's behavior was unacceptable. She was extremely rude to not just Zoe, but everybody else who was there. She claims that she was acting that way because she's dealing with a lot and she just didn't want to be there because she felt overwhelmed, but I don't feel like that excuses her behavior. And Zoe does end up telling Bobby that it hurt her feelings because she really wanted to meet Trina, and Bobby was trying to tell Zoe that he can get her another meeting with Trina, but I don't feel like Bobby's the right person to try to get Zoe a meeting with Trina, because Trina barely wants to be around him. Didn't she recently have to cut him off because he's too messy? So I just really don't think that Bobby is the right person for Zoe to be linking up with if she wants to, have another meeting with Trina. Now, in this episode, Zoe ends up opening up about how she's basically homeless and that her mom recently found her forever home, and she opened the doors to all of her sisters, but she didn't open the door up for her. There's literally no room for her in the house, and Zoe feels some type of way about that, so she goes to meet up with her mother and her sisters at the house, and her mom was basically acting like she was disgusted by her. She was looking her up and down, rolling her eyes, and just being really dismissive towards Zoe's feelings, and I really felt bad for Zoe in this scene. And her mom claims that she doesn't treat Zoe differently, but that she wants Zoe to get a regular job. And I don't think that her mom's necessarily wrong for wanting her to get a regular job, because if music is not working out for you to the point where you're living in your hair studio and you can't afford to get a place of your own because you're worried about music, if it hasn't happened for you yet, I do feel like you should get a regular job just to sustain yourself so that you're not friggin' homeless and you don't have to rely on anybody else. I mean, Zoe can still do music on the side, but I do think that she should work somewhere where she can actually get money coming in consistently so that she's not homeless. But I do think that it's up to Zoe what she wants to do, and I really didn't think that it was right the way that her mother was treating her when she showed up at that house. Amara and Shay end up meeting up to have drinks for the first time since their big argument at Vonshae Sip and See, where Amara basically got into it with Shay because she didn't like that Shay was all up in her business, and she didn't like that Shay was not approving of her relationship with Safaree. But Shay felt like she was just being a good friend and trying to tell Amara that she needs to be careful being with Safaree because of his reputation. And she also told Amara that Safaree said that he wanted to get a vasectomy. Now, during this conversation, Amara said that she wanted to try to figure out whether or not Shay was really her friend or if Shay was a hater. And I honestly don't think that Shay is a hater. I do think that sometimes her approach to Amara is a little bit too harsh because clearly Amara can't handle the honesty. But I do feel like Shay was coming from a good place because she doesn't want her friend to look stupid. I mean, Safaree is obviously playing games with Amara. I don't think that he's taking her seriously. I think that he just thinks that she's really attractive and he wants to sleep with her. But as far as him taking her seriously, I don't believe that that's something that he wants. And Shay just doesn't want Amara to look stupid, even though she did call Amara stupid during their conversation when they got into that huge argument. So Trina and Joy end up meeting up to have a conversation about what went down at the Magic Monday event, and Trina immediately starts questioning Joy as to why Marlon brought her flowers at the event, and Joy basically said that she really misses what comes with being in a relationship and that she finds Marlon attractive and that he's a really cool guy. But Trina immediately shuts that down because she said that Marlon is disgusting and that any man that would sleep with his wife's sister is not a guy that Joy should be entertaining, and I completely agree with her with that. On top of that, Flo and Trina's single release party is coming up, which Trina does mention during this conversation with Joy. And Marlon, Flo, and Trick Daddy will all be there, so she wants Joy to kind of keep her distance from Marlon because she doesn't want any drama. The thing about it is that there's going to be drama whether Joy goes next to Marlon or not. Because of all the drama going on in Vonshae and Gunplay's lives, Shay decides to go visit Vonshae to make sure everything's okay. And Vonshae says that things have been really bad lately and that Gunplay has gone back to drinking a lot and she fears that he's reverting back to his old ways. Now, Shay ends up asking Vonshae about Amara because she wanted to know if Amara had reached out to her. And Vonshae said that Amara hasn't reached out to her at all, even though they're supposed to be really close friends. She said that Amara didn't even reach out to her when her daughter was in the hospital and Amara knew about it. And so now Shay is questioning Amara because she doesn't understand why Amara is being such a bad friend lately. Amara has really been acting weird towards everybody since she's been in a relationship with, Safaree. So now Shay is questioning Amara at this point. Flo decides to go to the single release party with her girlfriend Claudia, but she keeps reminding Claudia that this party is not about the two of them coming out about their relationship. It's just about the song, and so she wants to keep things under wraps. And although you can tell that Claudia is not happy about that, she decides to go along with it. The thing about it is that as soon as Claudia and Flo arrive to the single release party, Bobby stands up and he starts shouting about how Claudia and Flo are in a relationship with each other, that that's her girlfriend, and he's yelling it throughout the whole club for everybody to hear it. And you can tell that Flo is really upset and embarrassed by him doing that because who is he to go around telling other people's business? If Flo wanted people to know that her and Claudia were in a relationship together, she would have told people herself. Why would he do something like that? That was really distasteful of him. Things start to get a little bit awkward at the single release party when Marlon and Trick Daddy end up showing up around the same time because obviously Marlon just gave Joy flowers in the previous episode and Trick Daddy doesn't know about it, and that's the reason why they didn't have an awkward encounter. Now Trina's brother ends up going to Marlon and tells him that Claudia is actually Flo's girlfriend, and basically Marlon was saying that, Flo is only doing that to try to get back at him. She's trying to make him jealous, and so basically he's not buying that the two of them are actually serious about each other. As if you thought things couldn't get even more awkward at this single release party, Flo's sister Gaelle, who had the affair with her husband, ended up showing up to the event, and she's pissed off at Flo because she feels like Flo went to some lady and put a spell on her because things have been going wrong in her life. So she ends up showing up to the event to confront Flo, and when she's trying to confront Flo, Claudia ends up jumping in to defend Flo because that's her girlfriend, which she does end up telling Flo's sister that she's Flo's girlfriend, and the two of them kind of get into a heated back and forth, and Gaelle takes a drink and throws it in Claudia's face. Now, Claudia does throw her drink back, but they weren't able to actually fight because the fight was broken up really quickly, but Gaelle ends up going up to Trina, and she starts telling Trina all this bad stuff about Flo, telling her to stay away from her, don't work with her because she's full of drama. And so now I'm feeling like Trina might take what Gaelle's saying seriously. She might not want to work with Flo anymore because of all this drama going on. Now, at the very end of this episode, after Gaelle got kicked out of the event for throwing a drink in Claudia's face, Bobby decides that that wasn't enough drama for him, so he ends up going up to Trick Daddy and he tells him about Joy getting flowers from Marlon at the Magic Monday event. Now, Trina tried to stop Bobby from telling Trick Daddy this information because she just didn't want any more drama at the event, but Bobby can't be stopped and he did it anyway. Now, Trick Daddy ends up getting really pissed off at Bobby because he told him that information on purpose to try to stir up drama, and Trick was not having that, so he starts telling Bobby that he's messy and he's full of drama, and Trina actually agrees with Trick Daddy because she actually had to cut Bobby off for being too messy, and Bobby came to her and told her that he changed his ways, but apparently he didn't because he's been messy this entire season. So she ends up kicking him out of the event, rightfully so, because he's stirring up drama for no reason. So those are my thoughts on this week's episode of Love and Hip Hop Miami. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos and hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you all. And until next time, I will talk to you guys in my next video.